It's Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, July 22nd. I am here with Al. I am Tori, and my hair is voluminous today. I put in a new product.
It looks great.
Thanks.
It really does.
Does it?
Yes. You know, I'll tell you when it doesn't.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's my desk mate. Stephanie Jones joins us from home. I was trying to copy some of what Steph does. I love her hair. So, Steph, this was my attempt at the Jones.
Okay, I can't. It's really annoying because I can't see you. So when I get her, like later on, I'll have to rewatch back the show and I'll be able to see your hair.
Thanks.
And
It's
Steph,
terribly annoying,
you can
but
see
I'm
her.
sure you look
There's
amazing.
two buttons on your iPad. You just push the VBF and then the arrow, then push DBL.
Are you having what's going on? Is that's how you get to see?
Yeah, video feedback.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Good talk, everyone.
Oh.
All right.
Fun facts with Al Jackson.
Wow, we all learned something, didn't we? We got to get into this story because everyone is talking about it. Kim Kardashian, and I was waiting for it, has finally broken her silence, and she is defending her husband's erratic behavior, saying yes, he is in the middle of a serious mental health issue. Last night, Kanye tweeted, then deleted a post saying he's been trying to divorce Kim since she met with rapper Meek Mill to talk about prison reform. And for some reason, he puts prison reform in quotes and then referred to his mother-in-law as Kris Jong-un. Ooh. Today, Kim posted a lengthy response on Instagram confirming that Kanye is in the middle of a bipolar episode. She writes, quote, people who are unaware or far removed from this experience can be judgmental and not understand that the individual themselves have to engage in a process of getting help no matter how hard family and friends try. Kim goes on to call Kanye a brilliant but complicated person who is still reeling from the loss of his mother, and that those close to Kanye know that his words at times do not align with his actions. She also signed it Kim Kardashian West, which I think is important to note because nothing is left off. She's thinking about everything. Steph, talk to me about what you know about it. I have a very clear theory. I want to know what you think first.
Oh, wait, I want to know your theory. That was so intriguing.
Oh, thanks, I'm trying. I basically think it's over between them, and I think they'll support him and respect him. But I think once you've talked about possibly aborting Northwest and Kris insulting Kris Jenner, you've crossed a line, and I don't know if you can come back from that. What do you think? I don't want that, but I think that.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I hope for their family and for their children that they can make it work. I think regardless of what happens, I think if they stay together or split, I think Kim is going to speak nothing but positivity and send loads of good vibes about to Kanye. I think that's very clear. I think she's trying her best to say that. Obviously, when he said some incredibly hurtful things, not only her but also their daughter North too. So, oh gosh, I just feel like this is so difficult because he has been quite hurtful towards his wife and obviously his family. But Kim is obviously saying, you know, if you don't have anyone in your family or your life that has mental illness, that has bipolar, which is what Kanye is suffering from, please don't pass judgment. I think that's the message that I was desperate to hear from her because she remains silent. And previously she's just said he's free thinking. So I'm glad that she's finally really publicly addressed it. So that's really great. It's bringing to light a lot of that people need help with mental illness. But one thing that I was looking at, so I was wondering how long do these episodes, it's called a manic episode, how long does it last? And it says a minimum of 7 days from what I found out online. So we've seen this now for the past few days, so I'm just hoping that he gets help. And normally the only way to get help when you're in Kanye's situation right now is to be hospitalized. So I really hope he does get the help that he needs because otherwise this is going to continue on. We're going to see it over the next few days at least.
Yes, and I know that Dave Chappelle went to Wyoming to be with him. Great friend. Is that what you need right now, Al? There he is, a little video.
Yes, and I watched that last night, and that was super awkward as well. I appreciate what Dave is trying to do, but sometimes you can end up becoming kind of a human shield for what's happening. And you saw it appeared he appeared uncomfortable. Everybody's uncomfortable because this is an uncomfortable situation for all. And you know, if we pull back from the Kardashian name and the Kanye West name, this is a mother that has 4 children with this human being. And how much can one person take? I know we just go with the old anecdote, for better or for worse, but that's easy for us to say.
Right.
We don't have to deal with this day in and day out. So if we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, what's happening inside that home every day?
Yeah.
She's got other people to consider besides herself.
Right, and just take Kardashian out of it for a second. Her name's Kim. She's a mother, and right now her husband's being very public about something that's very private to her. So that's hard on anybody regardless, I think. Let us know your thoughts on this. But let's move on to the fall. What do you think about in the fall? Don't you think crackling leaves, some football, huh? Watching football. Watching football in the fall is something a lot of people look forward to. But is the NFL season in jeopardy because of the coronavirus? So the NFL says 59 players have tested positive for COVID so far, and it expects hundreds more will. They also canceled the preseason. So now many people are wondering, do you really think the NFL season will happen? And is it responsible to play sports at all right now? That's so much money that they're giving up, Al. I know Sunday Night Football is like the highest rated television show every week. Would they give that up?
They might have to. I think that we've treated this virus since the beginning as something that's inconvenient, but we can kind of power our way through it. And the virus has shown us that it doesn't care about human beings. It doesn't care about your football season. Doesn't care that it's Oscar Sunday. It doesn't care about any of those things. And I think we can try as much as we want to try and do this. But football is different from UFC. UFC, even though they've had major fighters, including last week, the headliner had to pull out. The headliner had to pull out because he tested positive. Really? That's one guy fighting one other guy. So what about 11 guys going against 11 guys, plus trainers, plus referees, plus the people in the locker room? There's hundreds of people involved, and you cannot keep all those people in a bubble. So I hope that it happens. It's great revenue. There's a lot of people that depend on that money: ushers, concession people, parking lot attendants. But I just don't know how that would happen. Yeah,
I appreciate you saying how many people were on the field at once, because when you said that's one person for UFC, and I'm like, yeah, that's like 18 for football. I had no idea how many, but I really appreciate your point. Switching gears here, I want to get Steph's take. I am in love with this woman. Martha Stewart knows how to cool off in quarantine like a boss. The 78-year-old, okay, she's almost 80, lifestyle guru puckered up for this summer selfie. And you know why it's good? She lifted her neck. That's a smart move on her end. At her East Hampton home, she also posted pics of her pool, which she says was built 30 years ago to be as chlorine-free as possible and is extra deep for diving. Tory fact, fearful of the deep end of a pool.
Do you want your feet to be able to touch?
Yeah, I don't care for it. And you know the worst part, to be super honest, Steph, the part where it goes like that underwater and you can see it, it's my nightmare. I don't even like to really talk about it.
You've got quite a thing about like open water, marine life. Now, obviously, swimming pool, deep end. You know.
Whew, gives me the.
I don't know if I'm sorry. I can hear you like, ooh, ooh.
But what do you think about Martha? Do you love her?
Oh, what a babe.
Yeah.
So obviously every morning when we find out what we're talking about, I looked at this picture and I was like, are you kidding me? She's 78 and I mean, being a lifestyle guru, not putting chlorine in your swimming pool, whatever this woman's doing, it works. Look at her skin.
I know.
She's fantastic.
I know. And if you follow up, Al, she made also on this a Martha Rita, which is adorable wordplay, and it involves pomegranates that she herself, of course, grew. So, Al, how quickly will you be making a Martha Rita?
I don't know. She is the poster woman for white-collar prison. Wow. I mean, how many felons get out and are living the high life like that? Am I the only one that forgot she's a felon? It's so interesting.
She served her time and made ponchos in jail.
It's so interesting. Like, she gets away. Everybody's like, I love her. There is no. If the hot felon, the hot felon, the black guy with the green eyes, yes. If he was posting pictures like that, it'd be like, oh, whatever, jailbird. She's a felon.
Okay, guess what? A lot of men during that time embezzled and did insider trading, and it happens to be that the only person that went to jail for it was a woman. I'm not going to go deep into this, but I do think it's unfair.
Not deep into the deep end?
Oh, God, I don't even like thinking about it. Stephanie, stick around, please. Coming up on DBL, we're chatting all about love in the time of coronavirus. Wait till you hear how many people are actually getting turned on by Alexa. You know, the voice in those Amazon speakers. And as we go to break, check out our empty studio. We at DBL are committed
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer
helping get COVID under by working from home.
With your life insurance policy.
With your life insurance policy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. It's lonelier in lockdown than we thought. Great job, Tori. Turns out people are getting the hots for Amazon's Alexa. So in a survey by adult toy company WeVibe, 28% of people said they were attracted to the sound of Alexa's voice. Some experts say that Alexa's signature smooth voice is a turn on, especially during these uncertain and anxious times. Thank you. So this apparently you can actually literally ask it questions that people are doing right now. So Al, you go ahead and ask, do you think I'm attracted? Say, hey Alexa, do you think I'm attracted? And we'll see what she says.
Hey Alexa, do you think I'm attractive?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I just wish I had eyes so I could behold yours.
Oh, that's a little
kind of spicy.
Yeah, you can get fired for that now. Yeah, you can't say that. 2020.
Wow. Okay, Steph, I want you to do the same thing. Look into the camera and ask Alexa if she thinks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Alexa, do you find me attractive?
I like you as a friend.
Oh, that was it. Oh, jeez. That was kind of brutal.
Yeah,
I didn't get as good of a response as Al, but you know, it's okay. I'll take what I can get. Friends it is.
I think that's the first time Stephanie's probably ever been friend zoned.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever had it.
that was
like,
your one experience.
No.
She's like, I don't know what that means. I love it. By the way, I just want to say.
I'm like, does that mean come back next time?
Yeah, exactly. For those of you interested in going out with a real person, there are some new rules for dating in a pandemic. So according to a New York-based cardiologist, people should consider asking some questions before meeting up. So here's one of them, right? What's your COVID-19 status? Have you been tested? Do you wear a mask? What have you been up to in the past 14 days? And when was your last date? And are you still dating? Sexy.
And also, are we just assuming this random stranger is going to be 100% honest?
Yeah, that's what I worry about.
That's half the first date is lying through it. right?
Albert.
you gotta present yourself in the best light.
Steph, what do you think about this? Do you think, is it awkward to bring it up, or should you say, I want COVID results, I want to see them? Maybe that's it.
That's a little buzzkill though. Steph, with that, would you be done if somebody said, bring your COVID-19 results to the coffee
and your
shop?
Sexiness.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be like, if someone said to me, hey, you know, I'm wearing a mask and I don't feel comfortable, I don't really know, you know, that's cool, like, that's fine. Like, I wouldn't be bothered by that. But if someone was like, I want to see the stats, I want to see the text from the doctor, you know, like the confirmation, you are clear, I'd be a bit like, okay, let's just like chill, you know, let's just wait until this is over.
Right, right. Like, do you need it that bad?
But wouldn't it show you, some people might, but wouldn't that show you that the person's very serious about their health? And then, like, I know normally that would be very strange, but we're in strange times, Steph.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, but I wouldn't feel, but I just don't understand, right? I obviously understand people miss people, and I understand that you want to go on dates and all that, like, totally get it. But, like, I wouldn't feel, like, what do you do, like, when you're both wearing masks? And, like, would you kiss someone that you don't know?
Right,
and,
that's
like,
a great point.
Do you
What's
know what
the
I mean?
mask kissing sitch?
Well, see, I think that goes back into the paperwork, and it sounds, you don't want to start talking about paperwork on your first date.
But you have to sometimes.
But you honestly, you do have to, and I think that's kind of part of adulting at this point. It's just, it kills the romance.
Like when we talk about consent, remember, Al? And it's like at some point, do you need to have an app where you both hit your thumbprint and say, I've consented to this? Because it might not be sexy, but it might be worth it.
Right, and you'll get used to it just like anything else.
Yeah, like that cool jacket of yours.
Well, thank you. I got the little pin for you guys.
I like the pin.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
My girl didn't like it.
Oh, I like it. No, I don't. I'm with your girl. Oh. Coming up on DBL, the popular show Unsolved Mysteries, I'm All In, is back on Netflix and already pushing authorities into action. How it's leading to major new updates in investigations. I've been following this story. It's amazing. Coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. I can't wait for this story. A very popular show that started back in the 80s is making a major comeback. New episodes of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix already has viewers offering up leads. So the biggest tip generated so far is in the case of Xavier. It's a French man who disappeared after his family was murdered. This is a fascinating case, Al. A viewer responded to this episode by actually sending in a photo of a French-speaking man they spotted in Chicago with a striking resemblance to Xavier. The show also led to the FBI reopening the case of Alonzo Brooks. His body was found in a creek in 2004 after last being seen at a party where he was the only black person. And just this week, I'm so excited to say that his body was exhumed to find new evidence concerning this potential hate crime. So I just think it's such an interesting time because our show is interactive, right? We get to the viewer, we speak to the viewer, and this show, if you go on Reddit, which is a forum for people to write in on the internet, it's just covered with people really trying to solve these crimes for the closure of the family.
I want to ask you, Aunt Steph, do you think that the table is kind of set for the show's return because of the popularity of true crime? I'm watching, there's a ton of true crime podcasts. My girl, Georgia Hardstark, who I've known forever. I didn't even know she ran My Favorite Murder podcast, and they did a show at the Belco Theater, which held like 10,000. I didn't know how big it was, but maybe everybody's interest in these unsolved crimes has kind of set the table for this. What do you guys think?
It's not just interest, Steph. I want to know what you think. Michelle McNamara, who unfortunately passed away, is like a self-solver. There's people that really want to actually solve the case, not just watch, right? Steph, like get involved. Yeah. What do you think, Steph?
Oh, no. Oh, no, definitely. I find that the world of television, especially digital television, so like the likes of Netflix, for instance, I think we're seeing this more and more and more with either reality TV shows or like this, a crime show. So if we look, for instance, we've spoken about Tiger King a million times, and then there's been investigations into Carol Baskin and what's happened to her husband. Yeah. And then we look at Netflix and we're seeing all these unsolved mysteries that police haven't been able to unravel, yet viewers and producers are solving the crimes magically for some of the police force. It's kind of baffling to me, but also amazing because I feel like we're getting to the root of so many problems and so many unsolved things. I find it fascinating, and I also think kudos to these producers because they've done a phenomenal job, and now the public can help get involved and get these things sorted and fixed.
Yeah, I agree. If you can solve it, I don't care who you are, just help out. We'll be right back with another one of Jeff's nifty home hacks. Oh, it's nifty. Don't go away. Welcome back to DBL. If you know me, I like to twinkle. My whole backyard is alight with string lights. It's a great way to brighten up the yard, but it can get a little pricey. So Jeff shows us this really interesting glow-in-the-dark paint job that you can make it more of an affordable option. It's in today's DBL Home Hack presented by American Home Shield.
What's up, guys? I got a great hack for you guys to lighten up your backyard right when that beautiful sunset goes down. And all you need is 2 products, a little glow-in-the-dark spray paint, which I have here. This is a luminous green glow, and a flower pot. Very simple and easy, guys. I'm gonna show you how to do this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Get yourself a flower pot, some spray paint, like I said. Give it a good shake, and then just obviously coat the flower pot pretty completely. If you want to wait 15 minutes in between coats, you could do that, but in the end, let it dry a couple hours before you start handling the flower pot. So what I'm going to do first is just get this thing going with the luminous green. So I would suggest maybe not wearing the nicest clothes to do this DIY project. I just came from work, so we're working on these pots is what we're doing. All right, guys, that looks pretty well coated to me. Like I said, if you want to give it another coat, wait 15 minutes for the spray paint to dry, then you can get a better look at it and handle it. Again, let it settle a couple of hours. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what it looks like out here later on tonight. When it comes to your home, American Home Shield warranty helps cover many things homeowners insurance leaves out. Call American Home Shield at 1-800-919-3629 to get a free quote today.
Okay, you know what's really cool is if you did use that glow-in-the-dark spray paint on a kid's wand, took them outside, and you're glowing in the dark.
Yeah, and then you have the matching buckets.
The buckets also.
Yes, you replenish the wand with the matching bucket.
Yeah, the buckets. Very interesting. Steph, thank you so much for being here. DBL's New Every Day will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place.